What's going on, guys? This is Mr. DeLorean here. Welcome to a brand new video. And today what I want to discuss is a theory that I developed while watching the most recent episode of The Walking Dead, aka episode 8 of season 10, aka, the mid-season finale. Now, this theory pretty much is that Judith will take Carl's ending from the comics, the final issue of The Walking Dead where, actually I don't want to get too much into it right now, I think, but let's break down this theory. So in episode 1008 of The Walking Dead, while Michonne, Judith, and Luke are on a carriage riding for Oceanside, Luke and Judith start, talking about some music and everything, talking about, some things that, Luke is interested in and everything. But while they are talking, Luke asks Judith and everything what she's writing down in her little, notepad or journal. And Judith basically says that she's writing down everything that, happens and everything for the future. And Luke kind of mentions that she's, writing history and everything. And kind of, writing everything that's happening for history in the future. Which kind of sparked something in my head. I was kind of wow, that's kind of sounds like something related to the comics. So if we can kind of go into what happens in the comics, however, in the comics, in the end of issue 193, aka the final issue of The Walking Dead or in the Walking Dead series, Carl reads to his daughter everything about the trials, aka everything that's happened ever in the Walking Dead series, every single thing that's ever happened. So could Judith be writing everything down to tell her kids in the final episode of The Walking Dead? Now this is a very interesting theory to me and everything, because obviously this is some heavy foreshadowing for the end of the series. Well, I'm not sure if it's necessarily foreshadowing anything, but it's definitely a very interesting thing that could possibly be happening in the end of the series and everything, and actually really pokes at that comic ending. Now there is really only one flaw with this theory that I was able to develop so far while thinking about it, and that one flaw is pretty much how can Judith account for everything before she was born and before she could basically digest about what's going on. And the only kind of workaround to that really big flaw, it's actually a really big flaw, because how could she tell history if she doesn't even know what happened before she was even able to digest everything? Because keep in mind, from what we saw, the only episode that we've seen her be able to start digesting everything was, I think, episode 6 or the ending of episode 5 of season 9. When we first saw her growing up and everything, that was when we all thought okay, she should be able to digest everything. Now that's happening from going on. But the kind of fix around it, or work around to this, is that maybe she interviews people and everything for her little journal about the future, or for the future. Maybe she interviews Daryl, Carol, and maybe some others that have been around since the beginning. I feel she could really only interview Carol and Daryl at the moment, since those are the two that have been around since literally the first season. But yeah, this was kind of a bit of an interesting theory that I felt telling all of you guys and everything, because as soon as that it's seen happen and saw the TV show and everything, I was oh my god, that is so what this could link to. But I thought it was cool and everything. I definitely wanted to share with you guys, because like I said, I just thought it was cool and interesting. But that was a theory and everything. Make sure to leave your thoughts down below in the comments section or anything. Make sure to tell me what you guys think about this. Do you guys think this is possible? Do you guys think this is interesting? What would you add to this theory, or take away from it? What are some flaws you guys have seen in it? Yep, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, or leave a review if you guys are listening on iTunes. And yep, I'll see you guys later. Peace, my amigos, and peace out.